alive. Thank you for being here. Thank you all so much. Okay, thank you so much for being here. Welcome to our Wednesday live stream. Welcome. So, why doing your best isn't enough, and how to grow as a parent. Okay, as your child grows in 2026. Hello, you're welcome here. Okay, welcome. My name is Ruth. Okay, my name is Ruth. I am the founder of the Equitable Parent Hub. And in today's conversation, we are going to be talking about how your good intentions, many parents, I'll tell you a story as we go into today's class. Okay, so many of us, we say, I've been doing my best, I do my best, try my best. Okay, I'll tell you a story that happened yesterday. So you're welcome here. Welcome into today's conversation. If you are here live or you're catching a replay, I'm welcoming you all to today's class. Okay, so I'm truly glad you are here. So today we're having a very honest parenting conversation. Our topic is one every parent needs to hear. Today's conversation is one every parent needs to hear. So many of us feel we have done enough. But why doing your best isn't enough? And how growing as a parent grows your child in 2026. Many of us parents, we just want to remain the people we were before we became parents. We want to remain the I thought as someone. Good afternoon, ma. Thank you for being here. So many of us, we just want to remain who we were before we became parents. We don't want anything to touch our steez. We want to remain sparkling. Well done, no. As your children is growing, as that your 1 month old child is growing, as that your 18 years old child is growing, you must grow with them. That's the truth I came to tell you today. You have to grow with them. If not, you will keep struggling. That your skills you are trying to maintain. They will put it inside mud for you. So you have to grow. If not, you will keep struggling as a parent. Okay? So why doing your best? Now let me start by saying this clearly. This conversation is not about guilt. It's not about blame. It's an invitation to grow. Okay? Many parents are doing their best. You correct, you guide, you explain, you set boundaries. And yet the same behavior keeps showing up. Maybe you've thought, why isn't this working? Why is this not sinking in? Why is this not sinking in? Is there something I'm doing wrong? Why does this keep happening? If that sounds like you, this session is for you. Okay, by the end of today's live stream, you will understand why effort alone isn't enough and how your personal growth as a parent directly determines your child's emotional and behavioral growth. So I said I was going to tell you a story at the end of this class. So if you are patient and you stay with me to the end of this class, you're going to get a story that happened yesterday, and a very interesting and disturbing story that happened yesterday about parenting. So stay with me as we continue this class, okay? So let me say something uncomfortable but necessary. Doing your best as a parent is not always good enough. And before you get defensive, pause with me. This is not an attack, okay? Your best is not good enough. It is clarity. Many parents are doing their best with the tools they were given, the parenting they witnessed, the emotional capacity they currently have. But children don't just need effort, they need evolving parents. So your children need impactful parenting. They don't just need your effort. You are doing your effort. I said I was going to tell you a story, so just stay with me. So parenting is not a static role. It is a developmental journey. So you have to develop as your parenting is growing. As your children are growing, you have to grow with them. Parenting is a growth journey. You cannot remain still. You want to maintain your still. You want to maintain your whites in parenting. No, now you have to be ruffled. You have to be tried, and you have to grow. You have to keep moving. And parenting, you have to keep growing. Okay, so parenting is not a static role. As a child grows emotionally, cognitively, and socially, you are required to grow too. You cannot raise emotionally intelligent children. You cannot raise emotionally intelligent children with emotionally stagnant parenting. Many of us want our children to become that child that is put together, that child that has everything together. But then we are not giving them. Our children's transformation is rooted in us. If we are not transformed, our children cannot transform. So that's why, in fact, I was in children church. But I just felt that, okay, if you keep loving on children, you teaching them, you keep loving on them, they will go back home to their parents, and their parents will mess everything up. So parenting starts with you, the parent. Parenting, they go back to their home to their parents, and their parents will scatter everything that you have taught them in church or in school. So it's foundation. You are the first transformation they need to become that thing you are looking for. Okay, so you cannot raise emotionally intelligent parenting. You cannot raise regulated children while refusing to regulate yourself, and you cannot raise healthy adults without confronting the. Okay, so most of us inherited unhealthy patterns. Okay, and we cannot children when we keep our own. So we have to heal those patterns. We have to change those patterns. We have to shift from those patterns so that our children can have a better slate. Okay. So correcting behavior without teaching emotional skills is like filling a cup that's already leaking. Correcting behavior without teaching emotional skills is like filling a cup that's already leaking. You can pour rules, warnings, and consequences, but if emotional skills are missing, the behavior keeps spilling back. And you keep screaming, you keep yelling, you keep flogging, you keep biting, you keep jumping about because you have refused to grow up. You want to remain the way you are as a parent, and the child keeps wallowing in confusion. The child keeps wallowing in self-doubt because you, the parent, refuse to go first. You refuse to grow. You refuse to lead as a parent. Okay, you can pour. Children need more than rules. They need guidance on how to feel. Yes, you can. It's your duty to teach your children how to heal, how to feel, because when we don't teach them how to what their emotions are, they don't know how to do it. They just live based on what you are showing them. Okay, it is your duty to guide your children on how to feel, how to respond, and how to manage themselves. It is your duty as a parent. So that is why you need to be running as a parent, because you have a lot of work to do. Okay, you have a lot of work to do, but we just feel like just give them food, give them pay school fees, take them to good places. But that is that is basically that's the barest foundation of parenting. Parenting has to do with you growing. You have to grow. Okay, you have to lead. Parenting is leadership. You have to go first. Okay, Bible says train up a child in the way they should go. How can you train somebody that you yourself you are not trained? So you have to do this thing intentionally. Okay, by joining the Steward tribe, come and learn parenting. Come, we are going to teach you in the hub. Okay, come, we are going to teach you in the tribe. So children need more than rules. And here's the truth many parents avoid: your child can only grow as far as you grow. Your child can only grow as far as you grow. So we are going to have we're going to be discussing about 5 things that we need to consider. Many parents say I'm doing my best. Okay, but that best can become a comfort zone. That your best that you are doing can become a comfort zone. So many parents say I'm doing my best. I didn't have help. Good morning, girl. How are you feeling this evening and general? This is morning in Nigeria where I am. It is 12 p.m. Okay, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. I see you all. Thank you. Okay, so do subscribe to this channel, share our classes, like our videos so that YouTube can recommend it to other people. We are going to grow on this platform. We are going to grow massively. Okay, so support our growth journey. Be a part of our growth journey. Thank you all for being here. So many parents say I'm doing my best. I didn't have help. This is how I was raised. This is how I was raised. I don't know better. I don't know any better. So you just feel just stay in your comfort zone, really. So those statements are valid, but if we are not careful, they quietly become permission to stop learning. So all those statements that we make, they are permission that, okay, since you have done your best, what else will you do? Just shout at the child now. Just bite that boy. Shout at him, let him. So they become trapped, that permission for us to just stay there. And then just be doing small. Just take your time, okay? In parenting, you will not take your time. Parenting is not a forever. Parenting is not. You don't have forever to do parenting, okay? You just have a limited time to raise your children before they will become adults and leave your space. So that time you should be very intentional about everything you do. The world is getting crazy, so you cannot leave that role. You cannot live haphazardly on that role. You have to be very intentional about everything you do on this journey in parenting. Parenting is a very serious responsibility. So your child does not experience your intention, they experience your impact. It's what you impact upon yourself and upon them that they experience, not that your good intention. I've done my best, so I've tried, I've shouted, I have done everything, I have flogged him, I have done everything. That is, you are staying in your comfort zone. Come out from that place. Come out from your comfort zone and begin to impact. Begin to influence. Not the kind of influence with K, no. Real influence. That your child knows that their parent is leading the way. Okay? So your child does not, good intentions without growth can lead to repeated harm. So parenting requires reflection, it requires correction, emotional maturity, not just effort. So children learn more from what we model than from what we instruct. For example, you are cooking egusi soup. Your child comes asking questions or talking excitedly. You snap and say, why are you disturbing me now? Why are you disturbing me? Can't you see that I'm busy here? To you, that's correction. To them, it feels like my presence is a problem. So many of us grew up with our parents. They're always angry. Anytime we come around, they're always angry. They're always bitter. They don't have time to play with us. And children like to play. So we don't have time to play with our children. We say, you see, it's like that thing is giving you. We just make some careless statement about these things that matter to these children. So, but they are very important if we want to indeed impact and influence these children. Okay? If we want to impact and influence these children, we have to lead the way. We have to do more than just good enough. Okay? So to you, that's correction. But to them, it feels my presence is not good enough. A growing parent forces and models regulation. A growing parent models regulation. Not just your child doing something, you are jumping, you just jump. Hey, you did that. Oh, have I not warned you before? You are biting, you bite your children. You flog them, you hit them, you do all sorts of to them. Repeating the traumas that you went through because you don't want to do the healing work, you don't want to grow. Okay, so instead of saying, okay, you can say, I'm cooking right now, please give me 2 minutes, then I will listen. Okay, so tone teaches more than words. So ask yourself, where am I modeling? So sorry about that. MTN went off and came back. So that's your first growth point. Okay, you have to ask. Parenting is about reflection. You have to be reflecting your parenting journey. Don't just be parenting on autopilot. You're just going, you're just jumping, you're just hitting, you're just moving. Parenting. So you have to be very intentional. You have to be reflective on this journey. Okay. So another point that we should consider is growth is a parental responsibility. Growth is a parental responsibility. Growth will not fall on you because you will now have 7 children. Growth will not fall on you because you are now a parent. Growth will not fall on you because you are getting old. It is a responsibility. You have to take it upon yourself and grow. You have to do the things that will make you grow. Okay? So children don't just outgrow behaviors. They outgrow our old methods. What worked at age 3 won't work at 10. What works when your child was dependent won't work when they are forming identity. If your parenting doesn't evolve, it becomes misaligned, and misalignment breeds conflict. So many of us, we don't want to grow. We are just We just feel, okay, now I'm a parent now. Maybe now I'm a parent. Now you're a parent, so definitely you are now the matured one. So maturity doesn't come by years or by experience. Maturity comes by growing. Maturity comes, hello, hi. Thank you for being here. Thank you all so much. Okay, so join us in our growth journey. Join us in our growth journey. Like, share, comment. Okay, so subscribe to this channel. Okay, and always join us on our videos, on our sessions. Join us on our live streams. Okay, and then prepare to book your slot and join the Steward tribe. Join the Steward Tribers program. A slot is just 100,000 naira. If you are coming with your spouse, you'll be paying just 150,000 naira. Book your slot to do this parenting properly. Okay, thank you all so much for being here. So that's what worked at age 3 won't work at age 10. So because you say, Shabina, I'm a parent, so definitely I'm now matured. Maturity doesn't drop on you because you are a parent. So I remember I was complaining about somebody, about a family relation. The woman said, Shebi now she's now a parent. Shebi now she's now the person will just get matured. It doesn't happen that way. Because you're a parent does not mean maturity will drop on you. Because you're a parent, that's why we have old men that are still pedophiles. That's why we have old women that are still pedophiles. They are mothers now. Some of them are even grandparents. Yes, they are grandparents and they are pedophiles. So the maturity drop on them, and some of them make some kind of statement. You'll be wondering, is that from a 5-year-old or from a 65-year-old? So these things are learned. These things are learned. You have to be intentional about learning. If not, maturity will not drop on you. It won't. You have to be intentional about your growth journey. Okay, if your parenting doesn't evolve, it becomes misaligned. Okay, like I just said. So correction without connection doesn't last. So your child spills juice, instead of yelling, what is wrong with you? So a growth-based response says, I see the spill, let's clean it together. What can we do next time to avoid this? So when you are on the growth journey, your tone matters, your words matters. So you don't just talk anyhow. You don't just, oh, she spilled juice. Have I not warned you before? You have jumped. You have jumped to where the child is. You are biting the child. Hey, have I not told you before? You, this child, you want to bring shame to me. Hey, you want to. People will not gather. What happened? It's juice that spilled, or it's water that spilled. So all these things, it's a growth, it's a mindset thing. You have to grow and see that in reality, nothing really has gone bad. So everything can be sorted out. We can sort these things out and grow and allow the children to grow instead of just being all over the place. So connection builds safety. Safety builds learning. So learning builds character. Connection builds safety. Safety builds learning, and learning builds character. So when you are connected, the child will feel safe. Okay, and when the child feels safe, the child will want to learn, and when they learn, they would have character. That character you are looking for from your child, it will happen when you are connected. Okay, when you take the time to connect. So the another point that we should consider is children trigger what we haven't healed. So that jumping, that thing that makes you jump, you just jump and go and meet your son or go and meet your daughter and want to bite them or I want to flog them. That thing, it shows that we have not healed, that they are touching a point that you have not healed from. So it's not really about the child, it's about you. It's about your emotions, it's about your unhealed emotions. So children will press emotional buttons you didn't know we are still active. So that's those buttons that you don't want to confront. Just let them just be there. Let them just be there. They would come and mess your parenting up. Okay, when you finish jumping, you have done all the things, you have finished flogging the children. The body will now calm down. Now be like, and what happened? It is that unhealed trauma you refuse to work on. So disrespect may trigger your childhood wounds. Disobedience may trigger control issues. Big emotions may trigger the emotional neglect you experienced. So you experience. Children don't cause these reactions. they review them. A growing parent asks, why did that trigger me? What does this situation require from me now? This is conscious parenting. And let's talk about consistency. Doing your best often looks inconsistent because life is busy. Hi. So doing your best often looks inconsistent because life is busy. Some days you enforce rules, some days you let it slide, some days you are calm, other days you snap. You just jump, you go and bite, you go and pinch, say you go and knock, you go and flog. You are inconsistent. Tomorrow you want to be loving. Tomorrow when you are out there, you want to lavish your money on the child. You want to spoil the child with your money. The same you that will still go home and flog them. So all these are inconsistencies. They are inconsistencies that we need to grow from. We need to grow from them, okay? And we can help you to do that in the Steward Tribe. We have systems, we have structures that have been set up to give you that space where you can address all of these patterns, all of these unhealthy patterns, okay? So children don't need perfection, they need predictability. They should be able to predict your action. They should know that when A happens, B will happen. When Y happens, Z will happen. Not that, W happened, it has gone to A. So all of those action inconsistency, unpredictability attacks our parenting. So we should work on them. By joining the Steward Tribe, we are here to assist you with our structures, with our systems. Okay. So another point is repeating patterns is not the same as raising children. Repeating patterns is not the same as raising children. Many parents raise children on autopilot. We don't reflect, we don't think about what happened. We are just, you did that again. Before you know, you have slapped, you have knocked, you have used your hand. So many of us do that on autopilot. So reacting instead of responding. Many of us are reactive parents. We are reactive parents. We don't respond. We are always jumping, we are always yelling, we are always shouting. So many of us are reactive parents. So controlling instead of guiding. We control instead of guiding. So I was going out with somebody's child. The person was like, control him, control him, control. I said, is he an animal? So control him very well. This was almost a teenager. Control him very well, So we control instead of guiding. So we shame instead of teaching. So I've told her the story of that parent that brought out her camera to shame her son instead of finding out what happened. So instead of teaching her son, she tried to shame him. So repeating what you know is not wisdom. So reflection is wisdom. So from reflection you'll be able to become wiser. Okay? So every generation deserves better tools, not recycled pain. Every generation deserves better tools, deserve better practices, deserve better habits, not recycled pain. You can decide today that you will no longer parent the way the generations before you parented. You can decide today that you will break that jinx, that unhealthy pattern by joining the Steward Tribe. Okay, you can decide today that you will no longer continue that hurtful parenting. You become a smart and a wise parent, a growing parent, a learning parent, a parent who wants to learn, the ways of God. So if we say God, and the Bible says, spare the rod and spoil the child. The Bible never, Jesus in the Bible, in fact, Jesus told his disciples, say, let the children come unto me. So that means he was very comfortable with children. There was no point in using rod on the children. He loved them. He was just loving on children. So that is our role as parents. Not to be using the physical rod. Okay, go and be using the physical rod now. Use the physical rod and hit your children so that you obey the Bible, obey what the Bible says. So, but as a parent, we have to do better. We have to break those generational patterns and do better. So take 5 minutes weekly and ask, where did I react instead of guide? Where can I grow this week? When you grow, your child grows. Okay, when you grow, your child grows. So stop doing autopilot parenting. Stop doing parenting in isolation. You'll be overwhelmed. When you are doing parenting alone, you are not in a community of parents, of other parents. You are not in any curated community to learn parenting. You're just there. You say, my parents learn parenting. Who taught my parents parenting? Didn't I turn out well? We did not turn out well. Oh. We did not turn out well. So that is why we need to grow. We need to grow. We need to learn. We need to be trained in this journey. We need to be trained in this parenting journey. So parenting growth is modeling. Children learn growth by watching growth. Children learn growth by watching growth. So you cannot keep saying, do what I say, obey me, obey me, obey me. Obey you, you are not growing. You are not growing. You want them to grow. They are obeying you because you are stagnant. They will be stagnant too. They are obeying you, of course. You are stagnant, they are also stagnant like you. So if you want them to obey you, if you want them to obey you in a positive light, you grow and they grow with you. You grow and they grow with you. So stop being a stagnant parent and be screaming at your children. Oh, you can't see that in my time we were better. Oh, you will go to your husband's house now. You will suffer it now. Shebi, I've been telling you, my dear parents, you have to grow. Okay, stop being stagnant and stop nagging your children. You are stagnant and nagging them, but when you grow, they begin to model you, and you'll be very surprised at what your children will do, at what they will surpass that your growth. Just decide to grow, and you'll be amazed at what your children will become. You'll be amazed at what your children will become. So sorry about that. I had a call. So you'll be amazed at what your children will become. So children learn growth. So when you apologize sincerely, regulate your emotions, seek help, learn new skills. Parenting is a skill job. It's a skill job. So parents your own, leave mine alone. Okay? Catering. So I would not leave your children alone. Okay? I will not leave them alone. Those children are struggling. You have to learn. You have to learn, okay? You have to grow. So you teach your child that growth is normal. Teach emotional skills alongside behavior. So examples, when your children are having sibling conflicts, instead of punishment, I see you are angry. How do you think your sibling feels? What could we do differently next time? Okay? Catherine and Kabunge. Thank you for being here. So instead of just, oh, both of you should come here, boy, bring your hand. You were fighting. Oh, give me your hand. You can trespass. This you can decide to be matured. You can decide, you can handle it differently by going the punishment route, by flogging your children. So children who understand emotions become more respectful, resilient, and self-aware. When your children understand how the other people, when your children start thinking of the other person, they will become more mature. They will be more thoughtful because they understand the way they thinking. But when you're always just reactive, you are just jumping, you are yelling, you are screaming. They don't understand what's happening. They don't understand what's happening. So let's engage in, tell me, where do you feel like you are doing your best but not seeing results? Where do you feel like you are doing your best and yet you are not seeing results? So many of us, we say we do our best and yet we are not seeing results. Even in the academics, even socially, and you just go out, you go and be fighting your schoolmates, you go out, you will not talk. So all of those are struggles, and yet we feel we are doing our best. So I need you all to put in the comment section, where do you feel you are doing your best and yet you are not seeing results? Okay? So let me just continue today's class. I'm not seeing any response. I am not seeing any response. I'm asking, where do you feel like you are doing your best, but yet you are not seeing results? So remember, growth is possible even in hard seasons. Growth is possible even in hard seasons. even in those seasons when you feel like, oh, this child is trying me. Oh, this child, I've done all my best. I've done everything I know. Growth is possible even in that situation. Okay, growth is possible. So keep growing. Your child will model you. Just be patient. Just continue the work. Continue growing. Continue learning skills. Join the Steward tribe. Book your slot today. Book your slot. The slot is just 100,000 naira. If you're coming in with your spouse, it's 150,000 naira. Book your slot and learn these things. Be in a curated community. Join the Steward tribe. So parents, doing your best is a starting point, not the destination. You've done your best. You have given them food. You have taken them to the best schools. You take them to church every Sunday. That is very good. You do morning devotions. That is very good. That is the foundation. You have to dig deeper. You have to go deeper in your parenting. It's just the starting point. Your child is growing daily. Your parenting must grow too. Okay? You take them to church on Sunday. You should even do better. You should be doing better. You do morning devotion. You should do better. Okay? So your parenting must grow too. Not because you are failing, but because your child deserves a parent who evolves. That your child deserves a parent who evolves. That your parenting, you'll be screaming, can't you grow? If nobody trains you, won't you train yourself? And your child is looking at you. Daddy is like this, mommy is like this, and they're screaming at me to grow, to grow, to grow. You have to grow. You have to lead. Parenting is leadership. Lead the way. Just start growing and watch what the transformation that happens in your child. Your child's transformation is rooted in your transformation. Start your own transformation, and you'll be shocked at what will happen in your child's life. So that's why you should join the Steward tribe. Okay, I'm not joking about this again. It is where your transformation lies. So book your slot. We are starting on the 1st of April. It's going to be a very transformational journey, transformative journey. You are going to be very grateful you took this step to register and become a Steward triber. Okay, and join the Steward tribe and become a triber. Okay, join the Steward triber now by booking your slot. The details is in the description section to book your slot, or you can send a chat in the comment section telling us, yes, you are ready to sign up. You are ready to become a triber. You are ready to do this stewardship work. Parenting is stewardship. Parenting is not just a role. It's not just a responsibility. It's something you embody. Parenting is what you embody. Parenting is about you. Parenting is transformation. You transform yourself. You transform these children. Okay? So don't be thinking I am idle, that's why I'm doing this. I am not idle. Okay? Because your children are very important. I know the struggles, I know the pains the children go through, because we don't care about their emotion. We just want to give them food and be screaming, pay school fees and be screaming. No, you have to go first. You have to lead first. Okay? That's why I invite you to join the Steward tribe, a community where parents learn to regulate themselves, correct without breaking connection, guide emotional growth, lead their homes with clarity and love. Your growth is your child's growth. Your growth is your child's growth. I need somebody to put that in the comment section. My growth is my child's growth. When you grow as a parent, your child will grow. They will surprise you. Okay? So join the Steward tribe and start transforming your family story. And start transforming your family's future. Join the Steward tribe. So in the comment section, you see the scripture, and put in the comment section if you are ready to start. Our team members, the Steward Tribers team will register you and then onboard you for April 1st. Okay, so join us as we begin this transformational journey, this transformative journey. Okay, thank you for showing up today. Small correction now can shape a lifetime of healthy growth. My growth is my child's growth. Oh yes, thank you. I love you. Thank you. So yes, so I said I was going to tell us one story at the beginning of the class. Let me tell you the story. Though I've written about the story, but I can still share it with you because it chose to be here with me. So yesterday, not one of my friends called me. She's a baker. So she buys flour in bags. So she had this half bag of flour. So there's somebody on her street, one teenager that comes around to help her run errands. So he's the only person that comes into her house. So she has been busy for some time. She has bank issues. So she only for her to make time yesterday, like, okay, let me go and check my stuff. She came into the house and saw that there was no the handbag that she knew she had has disappeared. So she called so she called the boy and asked the boy. So she went to the police station and complained that, see what happened. Oh, she locked her house and went out and this thing disappeared. So the police asked her who is the likely person. She told them it should be the teenager. So they invited that teenager to come. So under pressure, under they threatening him, I think maybe they must have even flogged him. He now confessed that yes, he took it now. He sold it. He sold it. How much? He said he sold it for 10,000 naira. This is something that is worth almost 50,000 naira. He sold it for 10,000 naira. Okay, now this woman needs her half bag of flour. We need your parents and we need your family members to be able to provide this money back for her. They went to call the family members. They came, instead of the parents to be very grateful that, okay, they have seen a gap in their parenting and that they have to work on. They faced this woman. Imagine, they faced her and they started lashing at her, threatening her that this thing, they were just all over her. Imagine. So this parenting thing, so this that's a good time for them to say, oh, that to feel, to take responsibility, to be accountable for the error, and they took it against the other person. So this parenting thing is a very serious work. If we don't grow, we will just keep facing the wrong people. We'll just keep majoring on minors and minoring on the major. Meanwhile, that major that we refuse to tackle today would come back at us tomorrow. So parenting is seed time. Parenting is seed time. That is a seed that those parents sowed. That is a seed that was sown in that boy's mind, in that boy's life. So parenting is seed time. So we should be careful the kind of seed we sow. Thank you again for being here. See you in our next class. Bye bye. And don't forget to book your slot to join the Steve tribe, because I am rooting for your transformation. You cannot keep parenting with your trauma. You cannot continue your parenting with your trauma. Join the Steve tribe for this remarkable transformation. Thank you. Bye. Aja.